This indicator sees 300% gains by the end of 2025. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening guys, wherever you are in this beautiful world, whenever you're watching this video. Welcome to the Bitcoin family channel for the newcomers. My name is Didi. In today's video, amazing news from Germany again, and of course not really amazing news, but we'll jump into that in a minute. In the charts, I will show you an indicator that's predicting a 300% run now all the way into the end of 2025, and of course an inspirational quote. Let's quickly jump now into the news first to show you what is happening in this industry. News for the day, guys. The German government moved another 3,100 bitcoins, that's $178 million worth of bitcoin, to exchanges to sell them again. The German government is offloading their bitcoin step by step, and they are not able to suppress the bitcoin price because the bitcoin price to this morning was 59,000 US dollar again. So the German government has started to sell, but on the other hand, you can see the spot ETFs have started to buy. So maybe those Germans are selling their bitcoins to all the US people that are buying these Bitcoin spot ETFs. We don't know, but what we do know is that the blockchain is transparent and that we can see that the German government is offloading their bitcoins. The main address of the German government now only holds around 26,000 bitcoins instead of the 50,000 bitcoins they owned a couple of days ago. By the way, they did this 3,600 bitcoins worth in a minute. In a minute time, you can move $178 million worth of bitcoins in a minute time. So yes, that's now how the government knows that the Bitcoin blockchain works pretty damn fast. A little bit faster than their banking system, because the banks would have taken ages to do that same transaction. And the 26,000 bitcoins they hold has now a value of 1.5 billion. But if they would be able to hodl it, it could easily turn into 5 billion US dollar. So I don't know why they are selling, but I can do one prediction. I think in 10 years time, the German government will deeply regret selling those bitcoins, because their own economy, they will then be collapsing, and they will be like, shit, if we just had that gold of the 21st century, we maybe could have saved our beautiful economical system in Germany. But no, by then they will be collapsing because the euro will be crashing, the dollar will be crashing. They won't hold all any bitcoins anymore at that moment, and then they will realize how big the mistake was that they made by selling their bitcoins 10 years too early. What do we sing then as Dutch people to the Germans? Schade Deutschland, alles ist vorbei, alles ist vorbei, alles ist vorbei. Schade Deutschland, alles ist vorbei. Not only the European Championship, but now also their economical future, alles ist vorbei. Now let's jump into that indicator that's predicting a 300% pump in the year 2025. That is this one. Bam! The first chart for the day, guys, is this 4-hour chart. On this 4-hour chart, we can see that there was another beautiful buy signal over there. This buy signal. The candles were above the yellow stepping line. Let me see. The blue line was above that white line, of course. And here there was a lot of green on the bottom, a lot of green hills, a little bit of bluish, but that green line was also on the top here on the bottom indicator. So yes, a perfect quadruple confirmation to take that trade, and yes, you would of course be in profit at the moment, around 59,000 US dollar now, around 58,700. The indicator again had a beautiful setup. Buy signal over there, sell signal over there, buy signal over there, and we are waiting again for a sell signal to take profit on the 4-hour chart. If you trade another time frame, of course, look at that time frame and take your profits in that time frame, guys. Now let's jump into one more chart before we go into that indicator that's predicting a 300% pump, guys. This chart is from yesterday, and this chart was showing us that we had a downward green trend line that became resistance. We needed to break that trend line to become bullish again, because on the bottom we could see that the RSI was already slowly crawling up. Upward trend in the RSI, downward trend in the price, so that's bullish divergence. What did it do at the moment? We are now breaking that trend line. We are around 58k, so that trend line has been broken. We need to close this daily candle above the trend line to become bullish again and to see a market reversal. Now guys, that chart that is showing that 300% pump is the Bitcoin Power Law Fractal Cloud, guys. On this chart, you can see that red line on the left bottom. This is the current Bitcoin price movement. We can see that from January 2024, we start to move that red line outside of that blue cloud. Normally, Bitcoin spends a lot of time during each and every bull and bear market in that cloud. We start to outperform it because of the spot ETFs. There was a lot of buying pressure, so the Bitcoin price went up a little bit too early, even created an all-time high before the halving, which it normally doesn't do, but now it's retracing back to that cloud. So you see this as a dip or a crash. I see this as a buying opportunity, and I see this as a market that is retracing back to where it should be. We should be in between those two blue lines. That we can also see from October this year, 2024, that cloud starts to move up again. And we can see that that black line in the middle of that cloud also starts to move up towards the end of 2024. And that is exactly when that next pump in the Bitcoin price will start to happen. And you can see that that pump should end somewhere between September and December 2025. And then that bear market, yes, when is that going to happen? That is going to happen somewhere to 2026 January all the way to mid-April. So somewhere around mid-April in 2027 will be the bear market bottom, will be the next ultimate buying opportunity. Now, you can still double or triple your capital this bull market, in my opinion. But then we need to take profits somewhere in the end of 2025 to be able to buy back that bear market bottom somewhere in 2027. This is how Bitcoin has been moving in the last years. So it's very important that you understand this chart, that Bitcoin was outperforming that cloud, is retracing to that cloud, but if we do what the price normally does and stay inside of this cloud, then we will see a price all the way up to that bluish cloud top-ish area between 200k and 250k. And we are now around 60k, so that's a 300% growth that Bitcoin can see during that bull market if we stay true to the Bitcoin power law fractal cloud. Pause the video, analyze the video for more information. You can see the min and the max in the fractal. You can see the fractal mean, that's that black line. You can see the support levels, and you can see the years ahead, 1 to 6 years ahead, it's the dotted line. So this fractal cloud is moving upwards slowly. Now 50 to 200k. But the next fractal cloud, for example, could also be the bottom around 70k and the top around 300k. There will be a moment that we will even see a bottom of around 200k. And that will mean that the peak 10 will be somewhere around $1 million per Bitcoin. Very interesting chart. Pause the video, analyze a little bit more. That were the charts for today, guys. I hope you really enjoyed that indicator chart. Yes, that power law corridor indicator has been showing us in the past of Bitcoin what the top of the market could be and where the bottom of the market could be. And if you would pull this indicator all the way till the end, that bottom in the end will be somewhere around the $1 million per Bitcoin. So let's see where we will go. But it's beautiful to see that also this indicator is saying, hey, yes, we were outperforming a little bit because of that spot ETF introduction. Now we're tracing back to that power law like bandwidth, and we will be in that bandwidth, and the top will start to rise again somewhere September-ish this year all the way till September-ish 2025 will be 12 months of bullishness. July and August, yeah, we will be moving 50 to 60, maybe even to 70k, back to 60k, sideways movements before we explosively will go in that last part of the bull market. Be sure that you're in it. Be sure that you're buying each and every dip. Be sure that you stop crying and start buying. Zoom out, look at the bigger picture, add Bitcoins to your portfolio in a daily based dollar cost average. And for the inspirational part, I'm turning around, guys. Look, you can see how beautiful the sunrise is over there now. Here in Salao, guys, in Spain. The quote for today. In life, it is not about how often that we fall or that we fail. It's all about how often we rise after each time that we fail or fall, guys. So that's the important thing in life that you need to understand. It is totally not about the amount of times that you fail or that you fall, however you call it. It is about how often do you rise up after having fallen or after having failed. And I think it's very important to understand it. An example, yesterday I made a video about our bot that's making 3.5% on average per month. And a lot of comments came down below that, well, yeah, Didi, you already had a bot in 2017, but it didn't do that well. No, yes, it did do very well in 2017, 18, 19 bull market because of the huge COVID crash. It was a huge COVID crash. That bot was liquidated, but that was a high risk bot. So yes, a lot of people did lose some Bitcoin over there. Not like billions of dollars of Bitcoin, just a few people. But that bot was a high risk bot that just couldn't cope with that huge COVID crash that happened in a split of a second. This new bot is a 1.5 leverage bot. This bot is not a high risk bot. Bitcoin needs to fall back to like below 10,000 US dollars for this bot to be liquidated. So for me, this is a very safe bot during this bull market. And during the bear market, it also will start to trade shorts and everything. So this bot for me is still making completely transparent. You have seen my account, 3.5%. But with trading, guys, there's always a risk involved. So it's never completely 100% safe. But if you are prepared to take risk, then that bot will give you around 3.5% on average per month, guys. Now let's jump back into that inspirational quote, Didi. So it's not about how often you fail. It's not about how often you fall. It's all about how often do you rise up again. And that is why I also started to talk about that bot. Yes, we did fail once, but it doesn't mean we need to stop. It means that you learned the lesson, that you need to start to improve your product, and that you do it again. And that's what I've been doing the last year. I've been running this bot already again for a year, and it's shown me that it does really well. So I'm gonna walk a little bit more upstream over there because there's a little bit more shadow. So the image will be a little bit better over there because the sun really is coming up now. So to get back to that quote, it's totally not about how often you fail or fall. It is all about how you recover from that fall, how you rise up again. That is the important thing. And if you learn and if you teach yourself to focus on that, instead of focusing on that negative part, that part of falling or failing, and becoming more negative and more negative and more negative, and I can't get up, I can't rise up. If you focus on that, you will never succeed. If you will start to focus on rising up, stronger, better, faster than before your fall or before the failing, that will enhance your life. That will enhance your mentality. That will enhance your inner feeling of happiness because you were able to rise up again after every and each time that you fail or fall. I think that is very important for people to understand that life is not about the focus on falling and failing. That life is about bouncing back, rising up. Same like Bitcoin. When it falls, when it crashes, it's not about that crash. It is about stepping into that Bitcoin again at that bottom to be able to take that bounce, to rise up again. And that's very important in life, guys. I hope you really enjoyed today's video. If you did enjoy this video, give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends and family, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, and leave a comment what you think about the charts, the news, and that last quote. Thanks for watching. I wish you an amazing day. See you tomorrow again. Bam.